Imagine you're in a foreign country, far from home. You're on a vacation, enjoying the sun and sea with your friends. Everything seems perfect until something happens. A feeling creeps up on you, slowly at first, but soon it consumes you. It's like someone's watching you. You feel their eyes on you everywhere you go. It's not just an eerie feeling though, it's something much stronger, something darker. The fear starts to grip you, your heart races, and you begin to panic. You try to calm yourself down, but you can't shake the dread. Your instincts scream that something is terribly wrong, and before you know it, you're running for your life. You don't know from what, or even why, but you run. Because deep down, you feel that your life depends on it. This is the haunting, unsolved story of Lars Mittank, a young German man who vanished without a trace under mysterious circumstances. His last moments were captured on airport security cameras, and to this day, no one knows what terrified him so much that he ran into the unknown, never to be seen again. The case of Lars Mittank has baffled investigators and fueled countless theories, from government conspiracies to supernatural forces. What could have made a regular 28-year-old man disappear without a trace? Lars Mittank was, by all accounts, a normal young man. He worked as a technician in Wilhelmshaven, Germany, had close friends and a loving family. He wasn't known to have any mental health issues, and there was nothing in his past that hinted at what was to come. In July 2014, Lars decided to go on a summer vacation with his friends to the sunny beaches of Varna, Bulgaria, a popular tourist destination. The group was excited for a week of fun in the sun, and the trip started off just as planned. They spent their days swimming, sunbathing, and enjoying the local nightlife. Lars seemed happy, relaxed, and carefree, just like any other vacationer. But as the trip neared its end, something strange happened. On their final night in Bulgaria, Lars and his friends went to a local bar. While there, Lars got into a fight with some other tourists, reportedly over a disagreement about football. The fight didn't last long, but Lars ended up with a minor injury to his ear. It wasn't a serious injury, but it was painful enough that a doctor advised him not to fly for a few days until the pressure in his ear had healed. His friends, however, had already booked their return flight home to Germany. Lars told them to go ahead without him, saying he would catch a later flight once he felt better. They agreed, leaving him behind to rest up and recover for a few more days in Bulgaria. That's when things took a dark and unsettling turn. After his friends left, Lars checked into a cheap hotel near the airport to wait until he was cleared to fly. At first, everything seemed fine, but then Lars started to act strangely. He called his mother, Sandra Mittank, and told her that he wasn't feeling safe. He said he had a strange feeling that people were following him, watching him. His voice was filled with anxiety. Sandra, naturally concerned, asked him what was going on, but Lars couldn't explain. He just kept repeating that he was being followed. He told her to cancel his credit card, worried that someone might steal it or use it to track him down. His paranoia grew, and his phone calls became more frequent. Each time he called his mother, he sounded more frantic than the last. Lars' behavior grew even more erratic over the next few days. He refused to leave his hotel room, fearing that someone was outside waiting for him. He said he had to hide. His mother tried to calm him down over the phone, reassuring him that he was just stressed and that everything would be fine once he got home. But Lars wasn't convinced. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. At one point, Lars even left his hotel room in the middle of the night and went to the airport, only to return to the hotel hours later. His actions were becoming more and more bizarre. Then, on July 8, 2014, Lars finally decided it was time to go home. He went to Varna Airport, where he visited the airport doctor to get medical clearance to fly. His ear was still bothering him, but the doctor examined him and confirmed that he was fit to board the plane. At this point, everything should have been fine. Lars should have been on his way home, back to Germany, where his mother was waiting for him. But something unexpected, something terrifying happened. While sitting in the doctor's office at the airport, Lars suddenly became agitated. He started acting extremely nervous, as if something had triggered him. He muttered something strange under his breath, something about not wanting to die. Then, without any warning, Lars stood up and bolted out of the room. He ran through the airport terminal, leaving behind his luggage, his wallet, his passport, and even his phone. He didn't look back. His face was filled with terror, as if he was running from something or someone that no one else could see. Security cameras captured Lars' final moments as he sprinted out of the airport, across the parking lot, and toward the fence that separated the airport from a nearby field. He climbed over the fence and ran into the surrounding forest, and then he disappeared. Lars Mittank was never seen again. Despite extensive searches, no trace of Lars was ever found. He vanished without a trace, leaving behind only questions and mystery. How could a man simply disappear in broad daylight? right outside a busy airport. What was he so afraid of that he felt the need to flee? And perhaps most chillingly of all, what happened to him after he ran into the woods? The disappearance of Lars Mittank has baffled investigators ever since. Theories about what happened to him range from the logical to the supernatural. Some believe that Lars suffered a psychotic break, possibly triggered by a combination of his ear injury, stress and paranoia. It's possible that his mental state deteriorated rapidly while he was alone in a foreign country, leading him to believe that he was being followed. His sudden flight from the airport could have been the result of a panic attack, causing him to run without thinking. If that's the case, Lars may have gotten lost in the forest, unable to find his way back. But there are other, more chilling theories as well. Some people believe that Lars was involved in something far darker, something sinister. There are rumors that Lars may have been the target of government surveillance or even mind control experiments. His erratic behavior and his repeated claims that people were after him have led some to speculate that he was caught up in some kind of secret operation. Was Lars being watched by someone? Could his paranoia have been justified? Was there a hidden threat that he couldn't explain? Others suggest that something paranormal may have been at play. Could Lars have encountered a supernatural force that drove him to madness? Some believe that Lars may have been haunted or even possessed by a malevolent spirit. His sudden change in behavior, his overwhelming sense of fear, and his desperate need to escape could all point to something beyond our understanding. Was Lars running from something otherworldly, something only he could see? And then there are those who believe in the possibility of foul play. Could Lars have been abducted by someone after he ran into the woods? Was he the victim of a crime taken by someone who had been stalking him? His disappearance has all the hallmarks of a classic mystery with no clear answers and only more questions. Despite the extensive searches and media coverage, the case remains unsolved. Lars Mittank's family continues to hold out hope that one day they will find out what happened to their son. But as time goes on, the mystery only deepens. How could a man simply vanish in broad daylight? What could have caused Lars to run in such terror, leaving behind everything he owned? The footage of Lars running out of the airport is haunting. His face filled with fear seems to suggest that he believed his life was in danger. But what was chasing him? What could have terrified him so much that he abandoned everything and ran into the unknown? To this day, no one knows the answers. Lars Mittank's disappearance remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries of our time. Whether it was paranoia, mental illness, or something far more sinister, we may never know. But one thing is certain: something terrified Lars enough to make him run for his life. And whatever it was, it left no trace. What do you think happened to Lars Mittank? Was he the victim of a mental breakdown? Or could there be something far more mysterious at play? Was he running from something we can't explain? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, sometimes it's what we can't see that's the